Stranded on Honeymoon Island is a brand new reality TV show, and if you watch a lot of my videos, you will know I love reality TV. And even more than reality TV, I love Australian reality TV. And if you are like me and you are obsessed with Australian reality TV, you will know how hard it is to find it in the UK. Thankfully, my partner found this for me because I searched for it for an embarrassing length of time. I believe this show originated in Denmark. This is the Australian version, which started on the 23rd of June, and I just found out today while searching for this that there's going to be a UK version starting soon, which I was quite excited about until I found out who was presenting it, and now I'm like, Realistically though, I'm probably still going to watch it. Anyway, one of my followers was kind enough to message me on TikTok and let me know that this show was starting and asked if I was going to watch it, and I was like, listen, if I can find it, it's getting watched. Before it started, I seen a TikToker who I follow saying that she was going to be on it, and I was like, oh my god, this is exciting. I watch her videos all the time. She talks about reality TV. I mainly watch her videos about maths, and she says that she's going to be reviewing the show and being honest and unbiased, so can't wait for that. I'll try and tag her in the description, but if it doesn't work, then this is her if you want to follow her. You may already know that when people are on Married at First Sight, they're not in control of their own social media, so this should be interesting. It feels as if she's really been allowed to talk about whatever she wants, and I like it. When the show was advertised, it was kind of made out to be a cross between Married at First Sight and Survivor, so I thought, oh my god, they're going to get married and then they're going to go to the island and they're going to have nothing. No bed, no shelter, no food. They're going to have to fend for themselves. This is going to be hard. I hope they've got some survival skills. Turns out, so far, it's nothing like any of these shows. In Married at First Sight, they are literally married at first sight. In this, they go speed dating and then the producers or whatever will watch them and then they decide who they're going to marry. And when they get to the island, they've got a bed, they've got a wee shelter, they've got some food, they've got some tools. They're not completely stranded with nothing. They don't have to start from scratch. I mean, it's still going to be harsh, but not as harsh as I was expecting. The first couple is Bion and Bri. They get married, their friends and family aren't there, there isn't a reception. Like, I kinda didn't really understand the point in the wedding, and I was wondering, like, I hope they don't pay for their wedding clothes themselves. Bion was saying that his mum died in 2005 and he tries to keep busy all the time to kind of try and keep his mind off it, and Bri was saying that she's a commitment phobe. And at first I thought maybe she was exaggerating, but actually she's a complete fucking commitment phobe. So they get married, they do their vows, they get into a boat, and then they jump off the boat and swim to the island. Now, there is actually a place in Florida, I believe, called Honeymoon Island. That's not where this is. This is in Fiji, apparently. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they jump off the boat and they swim. Now, it looks like quite a far distance, and I'm thinking to myself, who the fuck is going to be able to swim in a wedding dress? That can't be safe. They've got no other clothes whatsoever, they're stuck with the clothes they've got on. So the women are probably wearing heels, which means once they get to the beach, they can't walk about the beach in heels. They're on there for 21 days, and even though I'm thinking, right, okay, they've got some food, they've got some tools, they've got a shower, which is like a bucket with holes in it. I don't know how you're supposed to get the bucket up without all the water falling out. But I'm thinking, oh my god, this is harsh, right? But really the harshest thing is the fact that she's going to have to go 21 days without a hairbrush. Genuinely, like, that's hell. So everything seems all fine and well. She seems to be having fun. She's like, right, cut my dress, and she's jumping about all happy. But then when they wake up the next day, she's being awkward as fuck. And he's just trying to be nice, right? But he keeps on saying, like, wifey and all that, and she's freaking out. And she's like, oh, like, I'm scared of commitment, and him saying that is, like, really making me feel like panicking or whatever. Why didn't she communicate that to him? So he's saying, is it me? Like, let's try to talk about their feelings and that. And she just cannot talk about her feelings whatsoever. And I felt so sorry for him because he is literally just like doing everything. He's lighting the fire and she's like, right, I'll go for a nap. Let me know if you need me. So later he's kind of complaining that she went for a nap, but he could have woke her up and asked for help. She did say, let me know if you need me. But I felt so sorry for this guy because literally his personality is perfect. He's vulnerable, he's willing to open up and communicate with people, he's willing to talk about his feelings. Chef's kiss. Meanwhile, she's shutting down and she's making him feel as if he's the problem, when he's not. The next couple is Amy and Mike, and I already knew that she didn't go on with her husband and I couldn't remember what he looked like. But during the speed dating, she met another guy with a man bun, and I tell you, Australian women have interesting taste in men. If you've ever watched F-Boy Island, Australia, there's a lot of mullets, there's a lot of moustaches, there's a lot of man buns, and for whatever reason, they like it. So anyway, she was looking forward to marrying the guy with the man bun, and when she showed up to the wedding, it was this guy, and she was pretty gutted, and she wasn't very good at hiding it. He read his vows, and I must admit, I thought that his vows were actually quite cute. He says that he wrote vows when he was 8 years old, and he was like reading a bit of them, and I thought it was quite funny. And she was just being awkward as fuck, right? And I was like, oh my god. But he was saying, oh, like, I'm feeling a vibe or whatever it was, and I thought, how the fuck is he feeling a vibe for that? Now, I have to be completely honest with you. When he was talking about himself, and he says, oh, I see myself as an alpha, instant no. Instant get to fuck. As soon as a man refers to himself as an alpha, I'm out of there. Every time he done something, or she done something, that made me feel bad for him, I just remembered that he says he was an alpha, and I was like, oh, he's an alpha, I'll get over it. Honest to fuck, man, I can't stand it. So when they got to the island, she jumped in with her wedding dress on, and again I thought, that can't be safe. She came up and the dress was like fully over her head. I mean, who the fuck thought of this? She's very controlling and he's very controlling, so this relationship, it's not going very well. He's patronising. Every time she's trying to do something, he's like, oh, that's difficult, or do you need help, or chill out, let me do it. And he was talking about his exes and saying how they like the man to like take charge, and how she should be thankful for him taking charge. He thinks it's fucking 1575. And finally we have Chad and Georgia. Chad is 46, I believe, and Georgia says that she was engaged before, and 3 days before the wedding her fiancé just texted and says, I'm not coming to the wedding. Just didn't show up, like, no big deal. So far I think that Chad is so cute, his vows were so cute, I think that she's really nice, everything's going great. The only thing was, she was wearing like a fishtail dress, and I thought she's really going to struggle to swim in that. I'm sorry, but I'm just really obsessed with people trying to swim in a wedding dress. Now, obviously the couples are stranded, right, and they're alone, but there is going to be camera crew there. I would like to know if they were allowed to communicate with them at all. Once they get to the island, they've got a bed, a wee hut thing, they've got some food, they've got a wedding cake, and it is all quite cute, but I mean, they are still stranded. It just isn't as harsh as I expected, but I'm sure they weren't thinking that when they were there. Chad was saying that he loves helping people, and he looks after his disabled sister, and when she was born when he was 11, and he spent a lot of time like looking after her and stuff. And I think it's so sad when siblings have to like play such a big role in bringing their siblings up. And I know that in some cultures that's just how it is, but I just think it's so sad to have to give up so much of your life for somebody else when you're so young. So they end up getting these crates in the water, and it was messages for home. And when they went on the island, it was like no phones, no communication with the outside world. Like, it's kind of going against everything that it's advertised to be. So everybody gets nice messages for their friends and family, and Mike gets a message for his ex and says, oh, I'll give you some advice, like try not to belittle her, and I want her to stand up for herself and take charge and all this. And I was like, oh my god, this is so bad for him. They done him dirty there. So she's blatantly saying to him, that's how you've made me feel for day one. There's no romantic connection, we're not even friends. And he's like, oh, that was harsh. And I do feel bad for him, but you can't feel bad for an alpha, because alpha humans don't actually exist. Still to come on the series, there's Couples Cove, where all the couples meet up and have a meal, much like the dinner party in Married at First Sight. And once again, this show is advertised as one thing, saying that they're going to be stranded and alone, but actually they meet up with other couples. That being said, Couples Cove looks dramatic and I'm here for it. Let me know if you've watched episode 1, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye!